Hello, welcome back to the workshop. It is fantastic to have you here because we are embarking on our second ever sword here in the workshop, so this is wonderfully exciting, and we're going to be making Damascus steel today. It's a pleasure to have you here in the workshop because not only are you here in the workshop, but an extraordinarily talented knife maker from Seattle, Will Stelter, is here in the workshop. He's going to be helping out with this sword build. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to bring you along this series. Will's going to do the honors of lighting the forge. So naturally, for the sword that we want to make, we want it to be pretty damn awesome, and a big part of that is going to be the Damascus. We're not just going to make any old sword here, we're going to be taking it to the next level with the Damascus steel. This is going to require some planning. So here's the plan as it stands. First things first, we're going to make 100 layers of steel, and then we're going to sandwich that 100 layers with some carbon steel with a little bit of our nickel steel between. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be difficult for us to explain this right off the bat, so I think we might as well just show you. The piece of steel is in the file. What is the trick with the WD-40? I don't know about that.
I actually don't know how it works either.
Oh, he doesn't know. Okay. So why do we do it?
To help prevent oxidization on the steel and to burn out anything that's on it, any oils.
Now, is this like for real, or is this just because you wanted to see fire when you put it in the forge?
A little bit of both.
We're getting ready for the first weld now. Will, you do it so differently to me. He hits it without hitting the sides.
Proper term is correctly.
In other news, it's raining like crazy right now. My leak here was one leak. It's now turned into not one, but 2 leaks, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Needless to say, the new workshop is very much called for. Oh, bro, you got a tong cooler?
Yep.
Where'd you get that? On to welding heat number 2! This is a serious struggle right now. This bucket of water filled up in like 10 minutes. Wait a second. No. Yes. It stopped. The rain has stopped. Fantastically. The rain is still pouring. It slowed down for a little bit, and now it's still raining, so we're still flooded. Still got a massive puddle right there. But the steel is in the fire, and you saw me do something very different. I know so many of you guys have asked about this, about, you know, cutting and folding. The reason I don't usually do it is it's really difficult to get the surfaces quite as clean and be able to control the pattern quite as much. But with the pattern that Will thought of, it works great for it, right?
Yep.
Because what we're trying to do, we're just trying to build up the layer count so we can have a higher amount of layers so the pattern's going to be a little bit finer. And this is the perfect opportunity to do the cut and weld. So that's fantastic. It's in the fire for a second welding. We're then going to draw it out to match the dimensions of these pieces so that we can stack 2 billets of that up, put them on either side, keep welding. It's going to be a great, great time. Okay, so we have worked out how we're gonna arrange the next step. It's all gonna be 1084 steel.
So, it's not all gonna be 1084 steel. It's gonna be mostly 1084 with a little bit of 15N20 in there for some nice light lines with the pattern that we're developing. We're gonna have 17 layers on either side of the really high layer billet that we just worked out. We're gonna do this stack twice, and what it's gonna be is 3 layers of the carbon steel, then a layer of nickel steel, carbon, nickel, and then the rest is all gonna be carbon. So that way when we build up our billet and forge it out into a sword, it's gonna have some really cool, nice light lines running through it, which is gonna look really, really cool, hopefully.
Thankfully, when I arranged my materials, it was planned out ever so cleverly. Isn't that right, Will?
So clever.
Right, so this is the nickel steel. So this is the light-colored steel that's actually darker. This is the carbon steel. So this is the lighter-colored steel that's actually darker. This is the lighter-colored steel that's actually darker, that's in a black bucket. And this is the lighter-colored steel that's actually the darker steel that's in a light-colored bucket. It's alright, we got it sorted now. So while Will welds that up, and stacks up the next piece, I'm gonna come through here. This is the piece that's now cooled down. I'm gonna grind off the faces so that we have something clean to weld to the 2 billets that he's stacking up there. And then they can go there, get tack welded up. Forge is gonna get lit. We're gonna do some more forge welding. It's gonna be great. Okay, it's all set up now. It's ready to be tack welded together with the MIG welder. Then it's a case of going into the forge, forge welding this, letting it cool down nice and slow. Right guys, so here's the scoop. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. A few weeks ago, I said that the other pizza was the best pizza in the world. I changed my mind. I tried this one. This is the best pizza in the world. Now, I might be changing my mind a little bit too much, so I might be wrong that it's the best pizza in the world, but let me just say this. This pizza's really good. It is amazing pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, what a pleasure it has been having you here in the workshop today as ever. It has been a fantastic day. I'm so pleased to have hot steel in the power hammer again, be throwing sparks, be making some Damascus. It's a lot of fun. It's great fun hanging out here with my friend Will Stelter. You can check him out on Instagram there. And, of course, just an absolute thrill having had you here. If you're watching in the future, the remaining parts of this incredible sword build will indeed be coming up as part 2, 3, 4, 5. So go check them out. And if you're here right now and you want to see some more forging goodness, there are 2 more videos you can watch right here, as well as the fact that you can hit subscribe right there. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Go make something awesome and just fantastic. Bye-bye.